Ya, selamat datang kepada Bapak Ibu sahabat NETPROMine. Sebentar lagi kita akan memulai acara tersebut sembari menunggu teman-teman sahabat NETPROMine lainnya yang bergabung. Bismillah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Selamat siang kepada Bapak Ibu sahabat NETPROMine semuanya. Ucapan terima kasih telah meluangkan waktunya untuk mengikuti webinar series kami yang ke-7 untuk software NETPROMine. Alhamdulillah kita panjatkan kepada Tuhan yang Maha Kuasa, Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, atas berkat rahmat dan karunia sehingga kita dapat kembali bertemu dan berkumpul melalui Zoom ini di webinar series yang ke-7 software NETPROMine. Salawat seiring salam, mari kita sampaikan kepada junjungan kita Nabi besar Muhammad SAW beserta keluarga, sahabat, kerabat, dan insya Allah kita semua sebagai pengikutnya hingga akhir zaman. Mari kita awali webinar NETPROMine ini dengan membaca basmalah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dan selanjutnya kita berdoa menurut agama dan kepercayaan masing-masing. Berdoa dimulai. Ya, berdoa selesai. Dan sebelum memulai acara webinar ke materi webinar pada siang hari ini, kami ingin menjelaskan sedikit mengenai software NETPROMine, di mana software NETPROMine ini terdiri dari 4 modul, yakni software 3D modeling, mulai dari model geologi hingga ke desain tambang, di mana modul-modul software NETPROMine ini terdiri dari geological modeling, pit optimalisasi, open pit mining, dan juga underground mining. Dan modul underground mining ini yang akan kita bahas pada webinar kali ini. Dan pada webinar sebelumnya, kita sudah membahas mulai dari NETPROMine Introduction, modul Geological Modeling, modul pit optimalisasi, hingga ke Open Pit Design. Itu semua sudah kita bahas di webinar-webinar sebelumnya. Dan bagi Bapak Ibu sahabat NETPROMine yang baru mengikuti webinar pada siang hari ini, dapat menyaksikan kembali di channel YouTube PT MYRZ Indonesia, dan harapannya jangan juga lupa untuk di subscribe, like, dan comment. Dan pada webinar ke-7 siang hari ini yang mengangkat tema underground mining, di mana pembicaranya ini spesial dari Turki, prinsipal kita, yakni ada Mr. Tugberk. Halo Mr. Tugberk, can you say hello to all participants in webinar?
Of course. Hi, everyone. Thank you for participating in the event, this webinar. So, can I start? Is it okay?
Okay. Wait. Baik, Bapak Ibu sahabat pemain, kita sudah ada pembicara dari Turki, prinsipal kita di Turki, yang akan membahas mengenai software NETPROMine. Dan kami ingatkan kepada seluruh peserta untuk mengisi absen. Nantinya link absensi akan dikirim di kolom chat, dan absensi ini akan kami kirimkan sertifikat kepada email masing-masing yang Bapak Ibu daftarkan di absensi tersebut. Dan pada Bapak Ibu sahabat NETPROMine yang ingin bertanya, kami persilahkan, baik itu secara langsung di selama penyampaian materi maupun di akhir acara nanti. Demikian. Mungkin ada tambahan dari Bapak Yanes sebelum memulai materi?
Sudah cukup sih Mas Sihat. Jadi Bapak-Bapak sekalian, untuk webinar kali ini akan langsung di-handle oleh support kami yang dari Turki berkaitan dengan underground, dan juga untuk next-nya webinar selanjutnya kita masih ada 2 atau 3 lagi ya. Namun itu sudah beda software, tidak bicara lagi NETPROMine modul terakhirnya itu adalah yang sekarang akan kita bahas untuk underground mining design. Nextnya itu nanti akan bicara di software yang lain, punya produk NetCat juga, yaitu NetCat GIS. Jadi platformnya CAT dan GIS jadi satu. Pembahasannya tentu saja dengan modul yang terkait dengan mining ada NetSurf, ada untuk plotting dan surveying, dan juga ada yang kaitan dengan escanet, yaitu untuk perhitungan cut and fill volume. Nah, lebih ke arah engineering. Nanti akan dibahas secara detail di webinar selanjutnya. Ya, paling itu aja Mas ya. Terima kasih.
Terima kasih pada Bapak Yanes, dan langsung saja sahabat NETPROMine, kami ucapkan selamat mengikuti webinar. Semoga dapat mengambil manfaat dari webinar series kami yang ke-7 yang membahas mengenai underground mining. Tugberk, you can start this webinar. Time is yours. Thank you.
Thank you, Sihat. First, I would like to also give some information briefly about me. I'm working in NetCat, joining from Turkish headquarters. I'm working on this product for 2.5 years now, all the developments, all the features. So I'm working closely with the product management part and also providing technical support for the globe. And today, I think after Sihat and Ilham explain the other parts of the NETPROMine, then today we are going to talk about the underground mining and what is the capabilities of the software in terms of underground mining operations and what we can do. So I would like to start with actually with the opening page. If you open or if you just click the NETPROMine, you will see that screen, and there's some sample projects. For example, that underground copper project. I would like to give you a brief information about the final project and how we can design that type of underground models. So it is a lot of things is possible in terms of designing with NETPROMine. I would like to show you the gather profiles. Yeah. So as you can see, it's a real sample project, and there are some spirals on it, access ways, main galleries, exit ways, air doors. There's lots of things on the project. So with the operations that we do today, basically we are going to create our own project, and then we are going to design an underground project. To start with, again, without anything, actually, I need to just create an empty project file. I'm selecting my file. So it's going to be underground mining for webinar, or at this one. So I'm saving. Basically, you don't need to import any drillings, but maybe you can import a solid model if you're going to design on it. But underground mining actually works differently than the others. First of all, I'm just going to load one model here. Okay, so this is, let's say, our geological model. And I'm adding that geological model to the project as a solid model. So this is my solid model. Because it's a chrome model, I'm just going to change the color. Maybe I can also see the borders, etc. And then I'm going to need a surface. I can also add the surface in here. And I can take that surface to the project. In this part, those files could be DWG files. Surface, we can import the surface from an Excel file. We only need the points, X, Y, Z coordinates of the surface. And once we import it, we can work on our project on that. So there are a couple of designs that I would like to mention in this webinar, because while we are designing underground mining, it's going to be more likely the lines. So we are going to work with the lines, and then that lines will become underground galleries. To start off with, maybe not from the surface, although I can make it a block model too, but I think that is not necessary at the moment. To add gallery, we simply right click, and from the list that opens, I'm selecting add gallery here. And now I can start drawing. In NETPROMine, there are snapping features. So it depends on where I would like to start. It could be a surface as well. So if I'm going to start the design from the surface, then I have to select the closest object and click some point on the surface. But if I'm going to do another type of design, so let's say I would like to draw my first gallery from the bottom of the model to the surface. So I'm selecting the bottom of the surface of the ore, and then location on the surface. So the model and the surface. I just create one gallery. To finalize it, I just need to right click. When we right click, we need to put some information about all the galleries. So it's going to be a lot of galleries in this webinar. So that's why I'm just going to name it as a G1, Gallery 1, Gallery 2. Or if it's going to be a curve, I'm going to name it as a Curve 1 or Spiral S1. And then the profiles. I need to select one gallery profile. I'm clicking the ellipsis button here, and there's a profile list. You can check all the gallery profiles, and you can select which one is suits for your project as well. And then there will be a profile reference points. So when we draw that line, where this profile will stand. If I select, for instance, a bottom center, my line will go through in that point, and my profile, my gallery profile, will be located on top of the line. So this is a reference point that we can decide, or it could be a center, geometric center of the gallery profile. But I would like to stick with bottom center point. When I click OK, I move on with a group name. You can create different gallery groups if it's necessary. We didn't create any other group than the default. That's why I'm capable of selecting only group 1. As a gallery type, there's lots of options. Main gallery, the haulage way, access way, air enter, air exit. There's lots of options. So I'm just going to select the main gallery here. And as a gallery condition, I can select planned, operated, mined, or field. It's all the information about the gallery. And if it's mined or field, then I can put the distance. So how many meters it's mined or filled. It's also additional information that we can add. Once we click it, now the line become a little bit bolder, but still we are not able to see the gallery profile on it. This still looks like a line. To see the gallery profile, we need to right click on the gallery and uncheck that display center line. By default, it's checked. So if we unchecked instead of a center line, we will be able to see the gallery profile. As you can see, our gallery is created with its profile on it. So this is the first thing while we are designing the gallery. So if you are going to design around the ore, basically it has to be, but in that sample. I will also use other techniques, so I'm not going to stick with the ore points. If you are going to use the ore body, and if you are going to build your gallery system around it, then we can use the snapping points, the surface, the geological model, or if you would like to make a free design. So let's say we select the starting point, and later on we would like to move freely. I'm just turning back that gallery profile to a display center, and then to add a gallery, I'm again clicking here. So if I'm going to continue from this point, then I must catch that point. But if I would like to do some free design, again, I can catch the last point of my previous gallery, and I can click space button from my computer, or I can click the coordinate selector window. Both are the same thing, basically. With some parameter entries, we can create the gallery direction, how long this gallery will go through, and the angles. For instance, there are some parameters already on it. I'm just going to display that. So the distance, how long my gallery will be, and the XY plane angle is basically the angle I have in 2D dimension. Yeah, 2 dimension. So instead of 90, if I select 180, it will go left side. If I select 0, it will go right side. So 360-degree we have, and we can manipulate that line drawing with those features. I think 90 was quite okay for my project. And the rising slope that we say, this is the amount of, or it could be a percentage or the angle. So 12% slope we have in this design. If you're familiar with the road design, basically we design the road with the 8% limit. So 8% is the maximum amount. If there's some limitation in the underground design, then you can put that number as well. So let's say 70%. The distance is 100 meter. If I use 70% as a rising angle, then that means from the starting point and ending point, we'll have 7 meter elevation difference. This is the percentage one, but the angle one is a different. Angle one will directly create a 7-degree angle, and my gallery profile will go through that. So rising slope could be different. If you would like to go the other side, then we can use a minus 12, for example, and then it will go down. This is the free design. After selecting one starting point, you can make your own design according to the criteria that you define in here. I'm just going to add that. Once I add it, it become white, and I did draw my gallery line. With a right click, I can complete creating this gallery. That's why we are going to put or draw lots of galleries. I'm just select the main gallery and the first ones that opens. So quickly, I select that information, and then when I display the center, I can see that my other gallery is also produced. Basically, it's a line drawing. So as long as you draw the lines according to your design, there will be no issue. And also by using the coordinate system, you can continue drawing the galleries. Let me also show you that. So I catch that point again to show me the first. So I can continue directly, or in this one, maybe I can change the XY plane angle, like 80 degree, or the rising slope, 11 degree. The distance could be a 50 meter. So I change the parameters and I add it. I can continue adding other galleries, like now distance going to be 70, XY plane angle will be 60, and the rising slope, let's say 70% again, and adding. So I add two different lines that has different directions, different distance, and different plane angles. When I right click, I will use that two broken lines, or one polyline, we can also call that, and create a gallery profile as well. So this one going to be my third gallery. If I check its object properties, as you can see, the highlighted one is the broken line as a gallery. That was basically a free design. So if you would like to design freely around the geological model by using the surface information, and if you would like to design your gallery in here, then you can use that free design options. The second way of doing this, it's not going to be the same data or same location, I must say. I'll just delete those galleries. The other method is doing that. Adding some reference points. So I do have CSV file that contains some locations, XYZ location. So I know now which coordinate that I can use. And I do have the elevation information in here. By the way, that information could be either CSV, the Excel file, or DWG file. It doesn't matter. I can also add some points by using the DWG file. So those are the points that I'm going to use, and I add that points as a DWG. But it is also possible to add files in CSV format. For that, I need to decide the layer name. I need to select separator, and then okay, so the second column is this one, the first one is X, and the third one is Z column. When I complete it, I'm going to have all the points, and also I visualize the points or thematize the points according to its elevation information. One other thing that you can do with the points is basically layer modes. So I select Z coordinate. When I click apply, I can select a layer. Maybe points are quite small for you to see. That's why I'm going to change its style from the advanced settings, I'm going to give some thickness to the points. So I think it's better now. And also, I'm capable of seeing its elevation information from the beginning with that. This is if I have the reference points. So this design will be according to the reference points. But the operation is quite the same. Reference points just help us to do the design even quicker. From the gallery, I'm adding a gallery again. Because I'm going to select the points, then as a snap feature, I need to use the point snap, especially. I will skip some points. I'm not going to use it. So let's start from here. Okay, here to there. So this is one gallery. So G1. Okay, I create my first gallery by using points. And then I'm adding another gallery. So I'm capable of seeing its elevation as well. So slowly it's rising here. 38 and 43. There's a 5-meter difference between those points. If I would like to do, I can also catch the point by unchecking the gallery and then catch the other point. So this is my second gallery. So gallery 2. And I create the other gallery. Also, now in this part, you are able to see there's a quite some elevation difference. And suddenly that gallery profile is going high. So simply I can add a curve in between those gallery profiles. The radius information, I don't know. I will try with 60 meter at first, 10 angle steps. I will select the galleries and it will create the curve from me. If that's that curve is enough for me, then I can keep it, or I can change simply the angle, the radius, sorry, and I can select those galleries again. So the second one, if I would like to use the second one, then I have to click the apply. Once I apply, we are also going to give some information to that curve as well. That's why I'm going to name it as a curve. So curve 1, the profile will be the same with the rest of the galleries. Group name, gallery condition, okay. So I'll add my curve. Let's check the gallery profile as well. So now I'm seeing my gallery profile and it's quite smooth work through. There are some step angles in the curve actually. If you increase the number of steps, then it will divide it into more pieces and it's going to be much more smoother transition in between those galleries. But this is how we add the curve for this design. What else we can do? Basically, if you have the reference points, the designing a gallery is quite easy, much more easier than freestyle design. I'm just going to display the center line, and I will add a couple of galleries quite fast. So let's say this is the third one. Okay, adding another one. Four. During the design, basically you can also edit that lines because like I wanted to explain it before, it's line drawing at the end. For instance, I can add the gallery, select one point from here to that point, right? But if I select closest object, even if I didn't design previously and I would like to connect those galleries, I can select one point on my existing gallery. And then I can combine that galleries. It's going to be a G5 profile and else. Yeah, I connect one point, one elevation to the other gallery. I basically design a new gallery. It's just a line drawing, or I can edit those galleries if I wanted to. So let's edit. So I wanted to change the starting point of this gallery instead of that part. Maybe I would like to change starting point to here. That's why I'm selecting the point snap. I change its starting point. Whatever I can do with the lines, I can also do that with gallery profiles or gallery axis. In this regard, the gallery design is quite easy in NETPROMine. Without taking too much time, I will just add a couple of galleries too, and yeah. So let's add this one. By the way, you can select multiple broken lines and add that as a one single gallery. So this one is gallery 6. What happens if we have some quite distance, some elevation difference between points, and we would like to go that elevation, go to the surface near, but if we draw a gallery, it's going to be almost like a 45 degree if we draw direct gallery. Let me show you. So if I select add gallery and one point here, one point here, the elevation, I mean, the slope is quite high. If it's not acceptable, then in such cases, we can also add spiral designs. All I have to do, again, do the selection, so the starting point and ending point, and right click. Once I did that, now I'm deciding with how many percent slope angle, or basically the again percentage angle. Like if it's 100 meter, then 8 meter will be go high. So according to that slope percentage, 8 meter in every 100 meter. So we are going to design a spiral. It's going to be a long road, but with the proper slope angle, I will be able to go that location. It's a percentage. Radius is important, but there's another option. So if you are going to end the spiral here, so if you select, let's say 200 radius, then your spiral may not end here. It might go further. If you say end spiral at the locations, at the points, then the radius selection is not that important. And then we decide in which direction the spiral goes, how it turns. So if we say clockwise, it's going to turn this way, and which side it will start. Okay, now I can't show it without doing the selection, but it will start the left side or the right side. So we just need to check that information. If it's not correct or not the way we want it, we can change the parameters and we can create that spiral again, because we do have the reference points. I'm just clicking OK. So now I need to put the information for the spiral. So it's going to be a spiral. That's why it's a S1 as a profile and other properties. I just select it and add my spiral. As you can see, it started from the right side. And going up to that elevation. Now let's also see the gallery profile. Or you can use both methods. It's okay. For instance, we do the spiral design. And we would like to continue from that location. So we are not going to go there, let's say. Then I can add a gallery. I can catch that point, and I can click to the space, and I can see where that line goes. So when I check for the XY plane angle, I can make it 0. So it's going to be 270 and maybe 330. Yeah, that one looks okay for me. Distance 100 meter, and the rising slope from, if I check the distance from that direction, I can see. So 8% we use for all the spiral design. I can continue doing that, or I can maybe just remove the rising slope. So the gallery can go directly. As a distance, maybe I can increase. So I can add that design. Then maybe change the angle. I can add another one, and it goes on. So both methods are available. I am not sure which gallery we're adding. 7, I think. Yeah. So we add that gallery too. According to the points, we can do that design. As I said before, gallery design is a line design. So that's why I can right click and edit the gallery. So the gallery looks that way, but I can delete that point as well in between. So it's going to be a single line at the end. It's just a line design. And there's also a method to add the lines as a gallery. I will show that too. But I would like to go on from that project for a while. What else we can do? The gallery list. We can select either we would like to show the gallery or not. We can check all of the gallery's properties. So I can see that G1, G2. If the gallery name was different, so let's say I skip selecting G7, I could have added the gallery name later on. I can find the gallery that I wanted. There's a searching tab. So I can see almost all the information about the galleries. There's another one. the reports. At the end of the design, when we get a gallery list report, we can get all the detailed information about the gallery name, gallery profile that we use, the type of gallery. Basically, we select quickly the first thing as a type, but we can make differentiation, different gallery types we can use. We can show its difference, the condition, the length, slope angles. For example, I can check this gallery, the slope angle of this gallery, the G1 is quite high, for example. I might edit its slope. And I can turn back to the design. Its circumference. Length of this gallery. We have the area of the gallery profile we have. So we can also learn its volume too. And gallery starting location as a coordinate. I have finish point, ending point as a coordinate I have. If there's a shock airflow, we can also see in the gallery report. And later on, we will add a couple of things to the gallery. Okay. What else? There's a profile option. We were using, let me also show you. If we select the properties of a single gallery and we click the profile list, there's only the profiles that we have in the library. So the user should select one of those profiles to be able to design. But it's also another option that we can add our own gallery profiles, which I'm going to add one file. Okay, I add some other layers, and I think that was, yes, that was the gallery profile drawing. So it looks like what I'm using, so I'm not going to use that, but I would like to add this profile into my library. I need to use select profile. As a profile name, I'm going to say T profile and click OK. So there is no need for that information anymore. I can turn back to my gallery. And when I click object properties of any gallery, I can see that my profile that I recently added is here. I can select is center point. And if I do that change, it will also update that gallery. So let's check. Now I'm going to show the gallery profiles. So you can see the hat, I'm going to say, you can see that hat on that gallery, but the others, we don't have it. And when we get the report again, gallery list reports, it automatically updates the area of this gallery. And according to that, volume information will also change. So whatever changes you made, it will be updated. You can just click object properties of the gallery, and you can change the profile, or you can change the information. You can make some adjustments on the project. I will just leave that like this one. So what else in the design we can do? There is an option to create a surface. So if you would like to just share that file with your colleagues, and you don't need to edit the design anymore, then you can simply save it as a DWG tool, or you can send that like a surface file. So I will just show how to create a surface file. When I do that, it asks me, will you like to save as a different layer? What it does is saving all the galleries separately. If I click no, I will just create gallery, and it's going to be a surface file in our software basically, but you can save that gallery design as a DWG, and you can see the layer, which layer that we are saving as a DWG. So it goes underground mining webinar project, the surface layer, surfaces, and gallery. So we can save entire gallery design as a DWG file. Or if you would like to save separately, then we can say create a surface from gallery profile as a different layer. Yes. So instead of gallery, it will create all the galleries in a different layer. It's also an option. Okay. I'm not going to use the surfaces for a while. In the gallery design, to create a group, you can create a new group, and you can change the gallery groups, or from the beginning, if you do that, it's going to be much more easier. So you can manage the galleries with a group. Yeah, I think that's fine. Right. There's also some style, thematic operations. You can change its color, or you can thematize according to the information. I will talk about it after we do the installation part. And the bar that we can use under the style is always giving the transparency to the design. So it can also be useful. Moving on to the installation and haulage. So as a sample, I'm also going to add an installation. The software tell me it's like adding a gallery. Then I do have a cursor, mouse cursor set in a different shape. It says digitize installation. I need to digitize the installation line on the gallery. It can also be a center line, so it's going to be much more easier for me to digitize it. So let's say in here, we have some installation. It's going to be the installation name, installation type. So it could be installation or haulage. The electric installation, the water installation, hydraulic rail system, whatever we have inside that gallery, we can digitize it. And as a name, I'm using E1. So it's going to be an electric network in here. we couldn't. Electric again. All right. At first, I think I misclicked somehow. So this is my electric installation. Now I can see that I add some installation on the gallery profile. It could be an electric. There could be another installations as well. Let's add another one in here, for instance. Right click, and this time water type of installation, or W1. So it is the water installation. I'm going to show the gallery profiles as well. Because I do have the transparency, I can see the line under that goes underneath the gallery profiles or inside. If I want, I can also use thematic operations on those installations. Let's right click and go to the thematic operation. We would like to create a new thematic display. That's why we click here. So if we would like to make a thematic according to some numeric information, like distance of the installations, I don't know. I only wanted to show which installation belongs to which type. So it's a name. That's why we are going to use the unique thematic creation. So not non-numeric information we will select. So the name or type. I also have different names, but type directly comes. So as a type, whatever you choose, it will separate the information. The water, electric, the pipeline, hydraulics, whatever you have. So now we do separate that information. But I would like to use a different colors. For example, for electric, water actually. All right, let's select yellow. Water actually looks okay, blue, but let's make it that one. Okay, so the yellow, electric, water, blue. And I create the legend for that. I can add as many installations I want that I want, and I can make thematic operations. Also the same for the gallery. Like I mentioned before, we can do the thematic operation for the galleries as well. So I select the thematic. What do we have different for the galleries? I think it's just a gallery name. Gallery types. We select main galleries for all of them. So gallery name will be different for each gallery. Let's make a thematic by using that feature. So the C1, regular galleries, the spiral. I can choose a color range. I can use the rainbow colors in order. So it will assign the colors to the gallery profile. I can add label in the very same way. So when I select add label, I'm using that ellipsis button over here. Again, according to the gallery name, I'm adding a label this time. I can change its color. I can change its style. I can make it bold or italic. The font size, I can make it larger or smaller. Oh, we didn't We didn't use the type. We just need to use the gallery name. Sorry, gallery name, and then yeah. So now I can see the name of the galleries on that galleries as well. So what else? What else we can talk about? So thematic operations, we can show any information that we desire on that galleries. We can thematize the installations as well. If we don't want to see the thematic of the gallery, let's say we would like to see the installation inside, then we can remove thematic information of the gallery, and we can increase the transparency of the gallery again. It's all about managing the information. As long as we give right information to the gallery, or we use the reference points, there will be no big mistakes on the gallery design as well, and our job will be much more easier. Moving forward to the fan, we can add a fan on a specific gallery or galleries. Let's add a fan in this gallery. We need to select a point for that, and I'm selecting a point. So the fan type, okay, the haulage, parallel, 1, airflow. So it also calculates the total fan pressure and give me the coordinates of the fan where I'm adding. So once I add the fan, it's going to be displayed on the gallery, and it will have some icon on it. It's quite the same with the air door. If I add an air door on a specific gallery, let's select this one. Type of the gate, steel, shock resistance, I don't know, I just put some numbers on an air door, and here the first air door that I added. Now when I get the report, the gallery list report, now I'm going to see those changes as well. The T profile, that was our first option to change one gallery from the others, and later on it changed the area information. Now we do have airflow on one specific gallery here. So with the changes that we made, we also change and update the project. Okay, that was basically designed with using reference points. There's also another way to do it, and this is the last one. So I just delete the points. I'm not showing the galleries at the moment. And when I go to my data set, I think I do also have the access. And it's a DXF, EWG, DXF. It's all okay for me. It is a much more practical way. If you already have gallery drawing, like this one. So if you have the lines, maybe you digitize in another CAD software too. It's okay. We can take that information and we can save that galleries under here to manage. For this, we right-click the gallery. We say create gallery. I can select the data layer, or I can select by using a selection option from a 3D screen. So I said I'm going to make the selection in a 3D screen. So let's say that blue line I would like to add as a gallery. I select it and I right click. What's going to be its group? What's going to be its profile? Or maybe a T profile. So when I open the galleries, I can see that, check the galleries, I can see that I saved that line as a gallery. I can do that for all rest of the lines as well. Like I said from the beginning, it's just the line editing and line drawing, and then we can select the galleries to add under the gallery part, or we can freely design our galleries. We can add gallery profiles to the libraries, etc. So basically, these are the features. But there's few more things I also would like to mention about the galleries. There is some other options that you can work on the galleries in our software. So quickly, I would like to show you some.
Just a reminder, regarding the time, maybe if you have done, the participants for question and answer, I think.
We can, couldn't understand the last part.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I was going to show you the LiDAR information. So it's not totally related to the gallery design, but we can also use the LiDAR information, and we can create underground galleries as a solid in our software. So this one is a LiDAR data that belongs to underground gallery, and we add that to our software also by using elevation visualization. So I do have a point cloud of an underground gallery. Now, by using that information, I can also create the point cloud gallery. I'm selecting the layer where I'm adding the LiDAR information. And then I'm adding this model to the project. It use those points and it turns that points into a solid model. And I can check whatever inside in the underground gallery. So it's also an option that can be used for underground gallery designs. And one other thing that I would like to share, if we do a design around the geological model or around the block model, there will be some intersections in between gallery profiles and the ore. So to get some information about that ore and the galleries, basically we can use that feature, gallery ore volume inside the gallery. We can select which galleries we would like to report. And once we did the selection, we can get reports about it. And the report shows us which gallery has the ore volume inside. So let's say the total volume of the 1C gallery is total amount is 590, but it says 175 ore, and the rest of them is the waste. And I do have a chart or graph that shows that information. So I can get that kind of information from the galleries as well. Because I didn't do a design around the geological model, I couldn't use that feature, but it's also an option when we design the underground galleries around the block model or geological model properly. Yeah. All right. I'm going to end the sharing. So if
Back to Mas Sihat.
Ya.
Kan Mas kalau ditanyakan ke aku. Sepertinya sinyalnya jelek. Ya, Mas Sihat ya. Oke, saya take over aja. Mungkin Mas Sihat sementara. Gimana Bapak-Bapak Ibu sekalian, apabila yang ditanyakan bisa monggo aja gitu, mumpung ada expert ke kami, Tugberk ya, kalau ada kaitan dengan materi yang sekarang ini disampaikan. Ya, muncul lagi Mas Sihat ya.
Sudah bisa mendengar.
Iya.
Ya, kepada Bapak Ibu sahabat NETPROMine yang ingin bertanya, kami persilahkan. Dapat langsung audienya Ibu sahabat NETPROMine. Dan thank you very much to Mr. Tugberk about explain to webinar.
you're welcome anytime.
Ada yang mau ditanyakan sahabat NETPROMine? Dan untuk reminder untuk absensi ya, jangan lupa. Boleh kalau ada yang mau tanya silakan open mic aja langsung.
Atau tambahan dari saya, apabila Bapak-Bapak Ibu sekalian ada ingin sesi khusus mungkin gitu ya, ada minat terkait dengan materi yang disampaikan, berkabar aja Pak, kami dengan senang hati akan melayani Bapak Ibu sekalian. Baik materi yang disampaikan sekarang di underground mining, juga untuk materi yang lain ya di software NETPROMine. Kita ada Geological Modelling waktu di awal, bicara borehole sampai resource estimation ya, berkaitan dengan modeling, solid model, block model dan sebagainya. Kita juga ada open pit design ya, itu juga salah satu modulnya. Selain underground mining ini ada yang open pit mining. Lalu yang berikutnya juga ada pit optimisasi untuk modulnya. Jadi apabila ada ingin sesi khusus, silakan ya Pak. Bisa di kontak saya di handphone saya atau di email ya, yang saya taruh di chat. Moga-moga Pak, silakan.
Untuk absensinya ya, sahabat-sahabat NETPROMine, jangan lupa diisi, karena nanti akan kita kasih sertifikat webinarnya. Ada yang mau ditanyakan sahabat NETPROMine? Ayo. Bebas, mau nanya apa aja. Misalkan mau nanya ke Tugberknya juga boleh.
Ya, mohon maaf ya, koneksi. Ya, silakan kepada Bapak Ibu sahabat NETPROMine jika ada yang mau ditanyakan.
Ya, kayaknya sih mungkin belum ada pertanyaan kali ya, Mas Sihat, Mas Arizal ya, untuk dari partisipan. Tapi apabila tidak ada pertanyaan, nanti bisa kontak kami ya Pak di kolom chat room ya. Jadi apabila sudah lagi tidak ada pertanyaan, mungkin bisa diselesaikan aja webinarnya kali. Itu kali ya, biar bisa melanjutkan aktivitas yang lain dari bapak-bapak ibu sekalian. Ya, oke, sekarang ada pertanyaan, mungkin nanti ada pertanyaan ya. Jadi feel free aja kontak, silakan dilihat di chat room, kontak kami. Bisa ke saya langsung atau ke partner kami PT MYRZ Indonesia. Seperti itu. Kita bisa end kan webinarnya, Mas Sihat, Mas Arizal?
Ya. Mungkin kita langsung tutup ya. Ya, ucapan terima kasih kepada Bapak Ibu sahabat NETPROMine yang telah menyempatkan waktunya untuk hadir pada webinar kami yang membahas mengenai underground mining. Mari kita tutup dengan ucapan hamdalah. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin.
Alhamdulillah.
Bapak Ibu sahabat NETPROMine dapat menyaksikan kembali webinar kita siang hari ini di channel YouTube PT MYRZ Indonesia, dan juga apabila Bapak Ibu ingin melihat-lihat mengenai modul atau informasi yang lainnya, dapat terhubung di sosial media kami baik melalui YouTube ataupun di LinkedIn PT MYRZ Indonesia. Demikian saya Muhamad Judin sebagai moderator pada webinar siang hari ini. Atas segala kesalahan saya mohon maaf, kepada Allah kita sama-sama mohon ampun. Sekian dan terima kasih.
Terima kasih Bapak.
Terima kasih
Ya, terima kasih ya. Tugberk, I think we can end on the session.
Thank you.
You may leave if you want. Okay.
Thank you so much, everyone, for participating. I wish everyone a great day. Bye.
Mission for it.